which quarterback do you trust the most in the AFC to make a run in the playoffs? And this, look, there's factors too, right? There's talent on the offense and what they have. So
this conversation really, to me, comes down between Herbert, Lawrence, and Bo Nix. I'm going to say, because of scenarios and situations, I'm going to probably lean. Oh, man. This is tough.
Welcome to Fitz and Whit. I'm Ryan Fitzpatrick. That is Andrew Whitworth. And this is a Wave original. Subscribe on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to give us 5 stars. And please follow the show on social media at Fitz and Whit. That's Fitz, A-N-D, Whit. New episodes coming in hot every Wednesday. Whit, why don't you tell everyone what we have on deck for our Fitz and Whit Christmas Spectacular?
Well, Fitz, it's a new week, but the same story. It's another great weekend of NFL action we'll get into. We're going to see which teams need to find their spark going into the playoffs, if you know what I mean, Fitz. And who the hell is going to get one of these 1 seeds? It's still up in the air. AFC, NFC. I don't know who really wants it, but we're about to find out in the next 2 weeks. And Fitz, I'm hearing that you're going to tell me a little story about the best Xmas gift that you've ever given.
You better believe it.
I'm excited to hear this one. Was it to a lineman?
No.
Oh.
No. All right, Whit, I'm doing all my research. I've got all my Post-it notes. It looks like a beautiful mind over here with all this crap going on. I just ripped one of them. But okay. I'm writing down, well, first of all, the Bills' odds on seeding. That one's real important to me. I figure
that's what most of your Post-it notes say.
So they have a 2% chance at the 1 seed. They've got they've got an 8% chance at the 2 seed, a 9% chance at the 3 seed. The 4 seed is the only seed they can't get because of those things, Steelers and Ravens. 45% at the 5 seed, which means most likely they're going to fit in there, and they will be playing the winner of the AFC North in a road game. 29% chance at the 6 seed and a 7% chance at the 7 seed. So essentially, we don't know anything right now.
I was about to say, you're not giving me much clarity.
Like the path to the 1 seed in the AFC, and I started to be, who's still eligible? Well, 6 of the 7 teams are still eligible. Houston still has a path to the 1 seed. So it's an absolute mess to figure out right now. Let's just talk about the 2 teams that have the highest and best chances of getting the 1 seed. So one of the teams we have is going to be in our Christmas game, which we had circled and we're looking forward to. The Broncos and the Chiefs. Well, the Chiefs just got blown out by the Titans. But the Broncos' path to the 1 seed is pretty simple. Just win your last 2 games and they're going to be the 1 seed. I want to more talk about the team that I'm more excited about maybe getting the 1 seed, which is the Patriots. They finally made me a believer. Watching them against Baltimore, they came back, but it was more just the play of Drake May, and he's all of a sudden developed this great pocket presence. It reminded me of a guy that used to play.
I know you're excited about that.
And it scared the crap out of me, Whit. I don't like seeing it because, man, they look like both those teams look dangerous, but New England, after that Baltimore game, looks like they got another stud. And now I am completely convinced Drake May is going to ruin my life and take over the AFC East.
Yeah, I think when you look at that football team, you think of Mike Vrabel, situational master, what a great coach he is. And I think we even look at the success he had in Tennessee, and kind of you always felt like, man, you know, you just needed Tannehill to have some of that in him and be that kind of player for them to take that next step when he was with the Tennessee Titans. It looks like with this New England team, he's got that guy. He's got a young guy that has that ability, regardless of situation, to find those moments to take over a game. I thought when you look at this one, Baltimore's desperate. You're going to get their absolute best shot, everything they have. Obviously, Lamar goes down, and that hurts them. But you're continuing to live in a game where you're down 2 scores. I'm thinking, man, I'm already looking at the seeding. I'm trying to figure out, all right, now where the Bills fall in this. Like, how do they win the division? That's already what I'm doing in the second half of this game. And then Drake May, I mean, he just looks like he never flinches, and he never seems like his emotions go one way or the other. He's just, you know, really stoic the entire time, and he just continues to make plays and continue to make play after play, throw after throw, and keep them in this football game. I think it's something that's really impressive about him. And the other thing, we talk about this week to week, when guys are down in the offensive line and we realize it affects them, man, he's down tackles, he's down guards, he's had guys in and out of the lineup. All he does is continue to adjust himself in the pocket, find his space, get the ball out out in time and a rhythm. I mean, the dude looks like a really special football player. And I mean, right now, if you said, hey, who do you have the most faith in, like of these one seeds, like the chance to be it and represent it? I mean, to me, the New England Patriots are the team you probably have as much faith in as anybody else.
Yeah, and a second post-it note here, the thing that I wrote down about Drake May, and this just goes to New England, this goes to Josh McDaniels and the way that he coaches and the way that offense is run, but there's intent behind every single play that they call. There are no wasted plays. There are no throwaway plays. Everything they do has intent behind it, whether it's setting something else up or getting them in a good position to be successful. But that part of it, when you watch them, they have solutions on every play. He's got pre-snap control, which is the thing, heading into year 2, heading into a new system and being able to do this with Josh McDaniels, that's when you start to see these young guys take the next step. And in this offense, I saw it. I saw it against Baltimore. He had full, complete, calm control of everything that was happening before the snap. The ability not just to move around in the pocket, but to make those throws. His accuracy, and we've talked about it before on the deep balls, is unbelievable. He's unflappable to seal the game, showing off, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm athletic too and can take this thing down and run for 15 or whatever it was. They all of a sudden have become a very scary team in my mind because I kept buying into the narrative of they're not playing anybody. They haven't played anybody yet. Yeah, they played the Bills, but they haven't done. So during that game, I'm trying to build that narrative, and Baltimore has the lead, and I'm thinking, oh, this is it. Their confidence is shattered. They lost to the Bills. They're going to lose to Baltimore. They're going to start questioning themselves and everything they've done this season. But to be able to do what they did at the end of that game and to look comfortable doing it was super impressive. What about the Broncos? They have obviously won a ton of games. We've talked about Bo Nix and, up and down, but I think he's going to be dangerous in the playoffs because he doesn't know that he's not supposed to go in there and still be trying to figure it out. He's not afraid to make any throw. But what do you take out of that game and that loss to Jacksonville?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, it's a game to me, when you look at how many games they've won in a row, the success they've had this season, really, they've been on an absolute roll. Like, these games are inevitable. Like, a team figures you out, they come in with an awesome plan, and they go execute it. And that's really what Jacksonville did. You can't go into this game and go, oh, man, really Liam Cohen just out-schemed them, and now the Broncos are in trouble. I look at it like the Jaguars came in, and yeah, they had some good schemed up stuff, but then also they just made plays. I mean, you look at some of the contested catches, some opportunities they had in the red zone, how good the Broncos have been in the red zone, number 1 team on defense in the red zone. They had the kickers jinx. I mean, as soon as Jacksonville got down there, the announcers talk about this is the number 1 red zone defense in the league. And the next thing you know, it's like back-to-back touchdowns down there. And I think it's one of those things where you're just like, man, this is NFL football. Like, the Broncos have been dominant on defense week in and week out. Jacksonville comes in, they're a freaking good team. Like, let's give them some credit. I think Jacksonville has proven they deserve some respect. They are a really good football team. They've put themselves in contention now to go compete in these playoffs. But for Denver, it's like, man, this is one of those games where I don't really get alarmed because I think there's plenty of talent on this defense that they've shown all year who they are and what they can do. I think that they will bounce back from that. But inevitably, when you get in these games and week in and week out, you've got to win them against really good football teams. You're going to have some of these. And there's probably a couple of these games that have gone the Broncos' way, and this one didn't. And so I'm not overly concerned about them. I do think defensively how they're built a little bit. They want to have a game where they're kind of in the lead and they want to get after your quarterback and kind of live in that world a little bit. Some of the pressures, some of the guys they have rushing, that's more their style. Coming from behind, I don't feel like is something that I feel that great about as far as that team. But Bo Nix, I mean, I thought it was funny, Fitz, like just some of the reaction we got last week from what we were saying. Like, I don't think either one of us is saying Bo Nix is not a really good football player. I think what we're saying is it's a little bit of a roller coaster. Like, some weeks it's explosive. Some weeks it's like, I'm just sitting here like, man, I'm waiting for you to make one of those plays you made last week. And it's like, you just kind of get a mixed bag. And then sometimes he's super aggressive and you're like, man, I don't know if he that was the best idea, but it worked. And he's just going to continue to do it. And I think that's what you actually appreciate about him. It's like, man, they're going to beat a team because Bo Nix is like fearless. He's not scared to throw a ball anywhere he wants to try to make a play, but that can also go against you and you're going to lose a game or whatever down the road. And you're gonna be like, man, I wish we'd have just kind of moved to a different idea there, maybe move past that guy, not throwing that ball in there. That can win and lose you games. But I think the thing you respect about him is that he is fearless and he will throw that ball anywhere he wants to try to make a play for his football team.
Yeah. I just, when I make the comment of this guy thinks he's the best player on the field all the time, I understand how people can take that as a bad thing, but guess what? Every time I stepped on the field, I convinced myself that I was the best player on the football field. And that's why it resulted in some crazy highs and some wonderful games. But like you said, when you're trying to fit it in windows and when you have all this confidence in yourself, and for me, it was like my talent level is so much lower than Bo Nix, but my mentality was very similar. My mentality was, I'm going to go and get this thing all the time. I'm going to attack. I'm the best player out here. I can make every single throw. Now, could I? No. That's why Brett Favre had the career that he did, and I had the career that I did. Now, did it work on some weeks? It certainly did. But that's why it's a scary mentality in the playoffs, because if you're a defense going against a guy that thinks he's the best player on the field and isn't afraid to make any throw, like ask Sherm which guy he wants to play against, right? I mean, yes, it may end up in more opportunities for the defensive backs, but there's also going to be days where he hits it just right, and all of a sudden, Cortland Sutton makes a big catch, and then Harvey makes a big run. And it's like that offense feeds off of confidence and making big plays.
Yep.
And the more it happens in games, the more momentum that they can grasp. Now, the crazy thing about that too, I feel like we talked about the last few weeks, San Francisco, how nobody's talking about them, but the Chargers, nobody's really talking about them right now.
Just about to ask
a nice little run. I mean, they put together a nice little run where we're looking at it right now. And if the Chargers can beat Houston, which is going to be a big game, maybe the most exciting game of Week 17, if the Chargers can beat Houston, all of a sudden that Week 18 game with Denver and the Chargers is to see who wins the AFC West.
It is, and possibly an opportunity that if New England was to slip up in these next 2 weeks, how in the world you can say this? The Chargers could be the 1 seed, which to me, it's just like the San Francisco conversation. It's like, I've thought of them being a good football team in San Francisco. I just never thought there'd be a scenario where I'm like, wait, the Niners could be the 1 seed still. And then now you look at the Chargers and you're going, man, they've just continued. You almost like dismiss them. And it's like week in and week out, they just continue to put this run together and you're just not even thinking about them. And then here they are with an opportunity. If they can go play great against Houston and beat the Broncos, they can for sure win the West. And possibly, if New England was to slip up, be the 1 seed in the AFC, which I think is just crazy. And I think that, it's one of those things when we talk about Herbert and it shows you kind of Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, you put both their teams probably in this conversation because of prior situations where we just haven't seen them live up to expectations. It's like we just kind of dismiss those teams and those quarterbacks. And then you turn around, you look at it, and the reality is the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert and the Chargers are right there 1 game within the best teams in this conference. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this AFC shakes out with 6 different teams having that possibility, Fitz.
Yeah, and now I'm going to put you on the spot with a question.
Okay.
If we're looking at the quarterbacks.
Can I pronounce the Chiefs score? Oh, no. Okay, go ahead.
No, not that one.
Okay.
If we're looking at the quarterbacks right now that are in the playoffs as of today, and really the only one that we could see flip, like we'll see what happens with Indy, but that one is not looking great. But let's say Baltimore's out and Pittsburgh's in. Okay. So I'm going to take Josh Allen out of the equation because I want to ask you, which quarterback do you trust the most? We're going to take Josh Allen out because I think that we both trust him the most. And if we're both the same on the second quarterback, then I'm going to ask you your third quarterback that you trust the most. So of Denver, New England, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, the Chargers, and Houston, we're throwing out the Bills and Josh Allen. Which quarterback do you trust the most in the AFC to make a run in the playoffs? And this, look, there's factors too, right? There's talent on the offense and what they have. So which one do you trust the most outside of Josh Allen?
Outside of Josh Allen, just by this year, I'm going to go with Drake May for sure.
Okay, I'm Drake May too at number 2. So I need your number 3 then. This is where it gets interesting.
Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, and then we're saying Houston's
CJ
in.
Stroud.
Yeah, Houston's in. Okay, so CJ Stroud. Whew, man. I'm going to go. Here's where I'm going to put. I would probably in this scenario in the playoffs maybe in a different situation or years prior would have said Aaron Rodgers. I don't love the Steelers just in general to make a big playoff run. So
yeah, let's take Aaron out, even though we're not giving any disrespect to Aaron. Let's just take him out.
Aaron out. I'm going to say this conversation really, to me, comes down between Herbert, Lawrence, and Bo Nix. I'm going to say, because of scenarios and situations, I'm going to probably lean. Oh man, this is tough. I mean, this is a tough one. You know what? I'm going to go play callers. So I'm going to go Sean Payton and Liam Cohen. So I'm eliminating Herbert just because of that. And I'm going to go only because I like who he is and his mentality. I'm going to go Bo Nix just because I think he's got that effort mentality. Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to go Justin Herbert.
I love it.
And I'm telling you, man, I mean, I think they've found a way with all the injuries they've had on offense to try to figure this thing out. And it's been a huge part of that has been him. And I just think what he's shown, the toughness he's shown with the broken left hand and the surgery during the season and coming back and all the obstacles and hurdles he's had to overcome, this little run that they've put together, I think he's my guy that I would trust after we are taking out Josh Allen, Drake May. I think Justin Herbert's third.
We talk about this with teams that overcome things, and like regardless how the Chargers season shakes out, do you feel really confident, not just in the playoffs, but with him going forward in this franchise, just the kind of year he's kind of fought through, the player he's become through losing some of your line? I just think of having all his tackles out. Like, I mean, and people forget, like, these two tackles are two of the best in the NFL. Honestly, at their positions, they're really, really good football players. So next year, when they're healthy there, it's not like a team that, like, oh, man, they got to go find a bunch of pieces. Like, next year, they're just adding talent to a quarterback who's fought through about as much adversity as you could really have for a quarterback at this level, and you're still 8-2 in your conference. You're 11-4 on the season. Like, it's not like they're loaded on defensive talent as well. I mean, is it kind of one of those years like for Herbert? Do you feel like, man, this might have been, even though it's been quiet because of some of the other stuff, like a big step in his career?
Yeah, can he make that next step? I think that's all we've been waiting for. And I go back to our interview with Kyle Van Noy. What did Kyle say about Justin? Kyle said of everybody, including Josh Allen and everybody else, like, he included everybody in the NFL, and he got to sit and watch this guy for a year, and there's some things that he needs to work on and continue to work on. But he said this dude's ceiling is higher than anybody's. And so that's always been the argument with him. Like, he obviously looks like he was created to play quarterback, 6'5", big, strong guy, great speed, big arm. But I think this could be the year. I just want to see them win a playoff game this year. And I think if they win a playoff game this year, that goes a long way because he's been the glue that's kept this thing together.
He has, but you still got to see
great.
That big moment, big game, big atmosphere. Like we talked about Sam Darnold last week for our Thursday night game. Like, can you do it when all the chips are there? Like, this is for everything. Can you be that guy in that moment? Because they've still kind of been that team in the sense that I can't really think of like just the massive game that they've won. This will be the opportunity for them coming forward for him to go win that thing that you go, all right, this team's different with him at the helm. This next segment is presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, Beardos, another week of NFL action means another week to win big.
We're moving on to week 17, Whit, and we're each going to pick our top 3 locks for players in this week's games on DraftKings. I think we should do the old Christmas special. What do you think? Okay. We just pick from those Thursday day and night Christmas games. You like that idea?
I like that, buddy.
Okay, who are you going with?
You know what? I'm going to start Cowboys Commanders. I'm going to pick some receivers, I feel like, on Christmas. You got to be willing to receive the gifts you're given. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take George Pickens for more touchdowns receiving on Christmas Day.
Okay, that's going to go nicely with mine because I've got more Dak Prescott touchdown passes. He is going to be the Santa of all Santas on Christmas. I think he throws for more touchdowns than anybody this week. He's going to be handing them out on Christmas.
Man, okay, moving to the next game, I'm going to stay in that boat. I'm going to go another receiver, Jamison Williams. I love watching this dude play. Talk about fast and explosive. I'm going more for touchdowns receiving for him as well.
I don't know if you're reading my mind, but I'm going more for Jared Goff
This is a must-win for them. Disappointing loss to the Steelers. He had the most athletic play of his life last week that didn't count. But I think Jared Goff has a great day. I'm going more on touchdowns for JG.
I like that. I'm going to stay Christmas Day since we're doing the Christmas special. Let's move into the next game, our game. I'm going to go into the Broncos. Let's just say I like the receivers on Christmas Day. So Cortland Sutton, I'm having him for more touchdowns receiving. You know, it's a receiver special, Fitz.
I know, and I've got Bo Nix, but I don't want to throw a little twist into this, but I will. I've got Bo Nix more for rushing TDs.
Oh, I like that. Mix it up a little.
I think he's going to use his legs. The crazy thing about that game right now is the high for the day in Kansas City on Christmas is 71 degrees.
It's insane.
Which is just absolutely wild, but it's going to be great weather. I think we'll get a good offensive performance from the Denver Broncos. Who knows what we're going to see out of those Kansas City Chiefs. But it wasn't a great showing this last weekend. You know the game. Now make it pay. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code Fitz and Whit. That's code Fitz, A-N-D, Whit. Play just $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Make the call, ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction.
Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Hey, Fitz, do you know what great football and great sex have in common?
No, Whit. Well, it's a game of inches, of course.
Sure. And whatever your mindset you're in, Rose Sparks can make any round of sex feel like winning the Super Bowl.
I guess the playoffs are right around the corner.
We're not real Rose Sparks users, but we are excited to tell you what it's all about.
Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who want harder and more controlled erections. They hit the bloodstream fast because they dissolve under the tongue. And getting hard fast means there's less waiting to perform.
Plus, its dual action formula fit stays active in your system for up to 36 hours. So you can be ready for the second half and even a little OT.
Oh, wow. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off their first order of Sparks on a recurring plan.
Just connect with a provider at ro.co/fitsandwit to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/fitsandwit for $15 off your first order.
Sparks is a compounded drug product. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA-approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For full safety information, go to ro.co/safetyinfo. Yeah, and let's pivot over to the NFC because our game on Thursday night, Sam Darnold, I mean, that might have been his moment, right? And it was one of those games. He throws 2 interceptions in the second half. And credit to Shula. The first one, it looked like man coverage. Everybody was pressed. Everybody had their eyes on the receivers, and at the snap of the ball, they pop back into cover 2, and that nickel defender steps in front of that outside slant. Bam, he was fooled. Post-snap, threw the interception. And the second one, they totally set it up. The protection, it was empty. It was a 5-man protection scheme. He had a free runner, Jared Verse, to his left because that's the way that it was created. But they had pop-outs. Shula had Kobe Turner from the right A gap popping out, which is where Sam, he hadn't seen that before, thought the ball was going to be able to go. You know, in hindsight, I think he probably wants to throw the corner so he doesn't have to mess with any of those pop-outs or anything. But you make a guy react down there to something that he's not sure what's happening, throws another interception, and we're sitting there in the green room saying, oh, no. Because, we like to talk about and evaluate these quarterbacks and all that. Sam is a friend. I want to see Sam do well, and he's done great, but he has that narrative around him the last few years. You know, his failures against Detroit late last year in the Rams playoff game and then the Rams first game this year. But how about that? It's so funny saying, how about that defense? They give up 500 and whatever yards, but they step up. There was like 4 series in that second half where they stepped up. Rashid Shaheed stepped up. The entire team stepped up to give Sam moment after moment to have that big time, big game moment. And finally, he was able to do it in overtime on that last drive.
Yeah, pretty special. I mean, talking about a guy who needed it. I mean, we were talking about that in the green room. We're like, man, here it is. Like, you've got this opportunity in this game. Your team's kept it close. Like, he needed to jump on that moment. And maybe he was just setting it up because, you look at the Kobe Turner interception. Right after that, the Rams go 3 and out. The defense responds. Punt return for a touchdown. He flipped the whole game. So maybe this might have been his way. He inspired. It's like Josh Allen getting hit. He was inspiring his team to get going a little bit, and that's what it was.
Maybe since Rashid Shaheed wasn't getting the ball on offense, he thought, gosh, let's get him involved in the return game. He did it against Atlanta a couple weeks ago. Let's do it again. That's smart. Yeah, you're right.
Think of that. That's next level thinking. Right, yeah, that's it, baby. So, listen, I thought it was cool, too. You think of, like, the moments. Like, I think probably the Rashid return, then he has the reverse. They give him I thought that was really cool. You think about that. Give Kubiak some credit. Like, this guy goes and has this huge moment. You say, man, while he's riding high and he's feeling good, let's get him the ball back again. Like, whatever we got to do to get him the ball. Calls a reverse to him. He goes and makes another play that I would add was just as big as the punt return because it was like the first chance you get the ball back. You've made it a 1-score game. How do you respond? And boom, massive play that leads to the big play action boot touchdown that they end up hitting with the tight end.
Yeah, and how about at that point it was Seattle fans were leaving the stadium. Not a ton, but there were plenty that were trickling out. And then just how that erupted when he had that punt return and that. So it was funny because in the first half, it was almost the fans were feeling it out a little bit. And then from that moment on, that atmosphere was absolutely electric. The biggest play in that game and potentially the best throw of Sam Darnold's career, that corner route to Cooper Kupp, where he's getting hit in the teeth essentially when he's releasing the ball, throws it perfectly over the cover 2 corner out there. Cooper, taps his feet in.
Swag, baby. I mean, that was Cooper is the legend at that, man. He's so good at it. As I said it, right when he did it, y'all all looked at me, obviously, as the Rams guy in there, rooting for the Rams. And I was like, well, unfortunately, I've seen this guy do this too many times in my favor. So I'm used to seeing Coop do that, man. He is unbelievable at sideline catches like that. Really freaking special. That was definitely the play. And then, obviously, I think that there'll be continued conversations around the whole 2-point fiasco. That was a wild thing. I think Sean McVay said it best, like just something he's never seen before, how long it took, 90-something seconds after the play. I mean, I would say as a Rams, fan, Seattle fan, I don't care who you are, I don't think we want to see games decided like that. I think that's a pretty weird rule. Like if you think of like a 4th down, you can't advance a fumble, but a 2-point you can. Like both are goal to go situations. So like, what's the difference in the two things? It's a pretty wild situation. Not to mention we were there, like, when the whistle was blown and the play's dead, like all those things. And the guy just walks out. He just walked over. Charbonnet just walked over to like hand it to the ref. And it's like, oh, we're going to give a guy points for that. I mean, an insane scenario that happens in that game.
Pass. But how crazy is it that we've seen a lot of football? We've played a lot of football. We've watched a million games. And you just keep having situations come up that you've never seen before.
It blows my mind. It really does.
The end of the Lions game, Pittsburgh game was.
What is happening?
Everybody's out in I got a ton of people at my house, and we hear the ref's explanation, and then they're asking me, and I'm trying to make sense of what the hell the ref just said. Like, wait, who won? Was it the?
Is that right? Like, I don't know.
Wait, has this ever happened to you? I've never seen it before, but essentially the game, they always say it like can't end, or the half can't end on a defensive penalty.
Right.
Well, it can end on an offensive penalty.
Yep.
And we just found that out. But how they didn't say his progress was stopped, and then for it to get pitched to Jared Goff and for him to make the most athletic play he's ever made.
That is without question Jared's most athletic movement ever. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
You know how happy he was with himself right there? I mean, he had to have been ecstatic. That was every one of his teammates would tell you that is the most athletic thing they've ever seen him do in his life. Unreal that game ends that way. Absolutely crazy ending. But Fitz, you mentioned Sam Darnold having his moment. I want to go to a guy who also had a moment. Because I got to ask you, I was watching that throw over and over again this morning when it was on TV when I was working out. Caleb Williams, like that throw in OT, like Speaking of having a moment, I was sitting there going, I need to ask Fitz, does he throw him one like this? Like, this is, I mean, that was, when you go back and watch it, that was a freaking hell of a football that he threw. Like the conditions, the wind, like everything, wind, you name it.
That spiral cut through the wind.
Spiral that was dirty.
The moment Ben Johnson calling that play, I actually did have one play in overtime. Certainly didn't mean as much as that one. And I'm only bringing it up because I threw it to Stevie Johnson. Very similar. Roll to the right. He beats Ike Taylor, goes to the left, and he dropped the ball in the end zone. And that was the start of Bills Mafia from that day. When Schefter went after Stevie online and whatever. But anyway, that's for another day. That throw was so incredible, but I loved the play call from Ben Johnson to trust him to make that throw. The catch, I don't think we're talking about the catch enough by DJ Moore.
The coverage was insane.
The coverage he was blanketed, and it was like, how many times do you see a guy make that catch and then not survive hitting the ground? Somehow he survived the ground. He turned over. I saw on X, somebody put that play to the Titanic music, and it is it is incredible. But I've got huge Bears fans 2 houses down from me, so past Sean's house and the next one, and they were going wild, as I'm sure all Bears fans were. But you talked about it, the moment, Caleb Williams, the belief of those guys, and it wasn't a perfect game for Chicago, but it just feels like it's a team that's really starting to believe in themselves, and
they are.
I mean,
Fitz, when he scrambles, dude. Yeah, the onside kick was it was crazy. But like, dude, watching Caleb, it's like this dude is. You just forget how athletic and fast he is. There's a couple of these scrambles where I'm like, man, this dude, his game. If he continues to develop a pocket game and be able to play in there, man, he is gonna be crazy special. Because some of the explosiveness he has, just running it, and then sometimes getting out in the open and throwing from that running position. I mean, he is special. And you think of this too, Fitz, of that call. What I thought was cool about that 13 personnel, that every single time they'd been in 13 personnel in this game, they'd run the football. They had not thrown it one time. So it's like go back to quarterback played great. Caleb made the play. Back to Ben Johnson, the play caller, setting things up. We always talk about this, like the great ones. They can set things up in the moment. Here I am in plus territory. We got an opportunity where we know the Packers are saying, don't let us get another yard so that we can't kick. We'd already made a couple long field goals. You know they're going to be playing up tight, trying not to let you. So getting 13 personnel, make it look like run. All we've done is run it. And then here it is. Take our freaking shot. And you pull it off. I mean, insane. Because, I mean, you give credit to Caleb, give credit, obviously, for the catch, but also Ben Johnson, the setup, man, stacking plays so they all look the same and end up different.
And having a quarterback that has a bazooka on his arm so he can cut through that wind. I mean, I don't know. I think it was Cairo Santos' first field goal of that game. He put it outside the uprights, and it almost missed on the other side of the uprights.
Yes.
The wind was blowing, so to be able to cut through the wind like that on a throw was awesome too. So let's just talk path to the 1 seed in the NFC real fast. Got my little Post-it note here. So Seattle, simple. They went out. They're the 1 seed. San Fran, simple. They went out. They're the 1 seed. We kind of went over those. But the Rams actually have the second best probability to win the 1 seed. Essentially, let's see. They need Seattle. They need to win out, obviously. They need Seattle to lose to the Panthers. They need Seattle to beat San Fran. And they need the Bears to lose to San Fran. So their probability is a little higher because all these teams are kind of playing each other that are involved in this thing. But there's certainly a path there. And then the Bears need to win out. And they need Seattle, San Fran, and LA all to lose a game. And then I think they become the 1 seed, which is absolutely crazy and would be awesome. I guess the Bears, if they beat San Francisco, they could also lose to the Lions, and then San Francisco can beat Seattle. But essentially, like, all those teams need to lose for the Rams to get it or for the Bears to get it. But pretty cool, and it's going to be a great ending to a great season for the NFC. Can't wait to see what happens in the playoffs there with those guys. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I agree.
I was going to ask you one thing real quick because I never got this opportunity, but we just start talking about resting players, and there's a little bit of debate in Philly right now of like, all right, they're probably the 3 seed. Are they going to be the 3 seed? So somebody like Lane Johnson, he hasn't played in quite a few weeks with the foot. How important is that for you as a tackle to get back in there and get a game or two under your belt before going into the playoffs versus just going in 100% healthy?
100% healthy. I mean, Lane Johnson, he's played so many snaps of football, it's irrelevant for him to get on a football field. All he needs is, if you're telling me that he gets to have a full week of practice, he's good to go. Like, he's ready to ride. Like, for me, I played in 2013. I think it's 13, right? 13 or 14. I played our playoff game, had surgery, missed all the training camp. I think week 2 of the season, that week was the first time I put a pad on, and I practiced in one practice and played on Monday Night Football in that game. I didn't even have a chance because of my knee injury. I kind of had a setback, so I missed all the camp, wasn't able to practice at all, and practiced that week, played. And it didn't really feel different other than like the first couple snaps, just getting your feet under you. But
okay, so he'll be fine.
Lane's fine. I would say that and think about this too, Jalen Carter. Like, he's coming back too. Now, I think for them, though, it's a little different in the sense of, what do they feel like they can still accomplish and get done? Especially a big game against Buffalo, if they want to go show themselves, and try to fight for that seeding, because I do think a little bit of who you got in that 6 and 7 can matter. I mean, let's think of some of these teams that we say are fighting for the division in the NFC. We're talking Niners, Rams, Seahawks. I think those are the 3 teams most of these teams in this playoffs don't want to start their playoffs with. So I think if you can fight a little bit to fight where your seed is, to not have to have one of those teams as the 7 or 6, I think that does mean something. So I think it'll be interesting to see what the Eagles do. I think I read something this morning that they expect that Lane and Jalen could be back for the Buffalo game. So it'll be interesting. They play in this one, and then would you rest the last week? I think for me, those guys being ultimately healthy instead of playing another extra week would be the biggest thing.
And then who do you got? Giants, the 2-win Giants at the 2-win Raiders. Who's gonna, well, I guess not who's gonna win that game in the win column, who's gonna win that game by losing to potentially get that number 1 pick. Who do you think is going to lose that football game, Whit?
You know what? I'm going to say, the Raiders probably have the scenario I like with Ashton Genty heating up right now. Played really good against the Texans. I think they're going to hand the rock off a lot. Max Crosby's going to play with the effort he always plays with. I think the Raiders get the win, but I think the Giants get the pick, baby. I think the Giants are get the number 1 pick. Probably means more to them because they can do some things with it. I think they probably think they have their quarterback, have some pieces. They could probably trade that pick for some more picks and reboot that roster a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little New York Giants, New York Jets trade. That'd be interesting. Ooh. Every yard, every sack, every interception, and every touchdown with Pick 6, DraftKings' newest game. Every snap can turn into a big-time payout. This isn't just watching the game. This is playing to win. Here's how it works.
Pick more or less on 2 or more player stats. The better your picks, the bigger your payout. It's that simple. Pick 6 gives you more upside than any of those other pick'em sites, and it's available in most states, including Texas, California, Georgia, Missouri, and more.
Go bold, go big, and start stacking wins with Pick 6 from DraftKings, where every pick can pay off huge.
And here's the kickoff bonus, Fitz. New DraftKings customers get $50 in Pick 6 credits with just a $5 entry on your first pick set.
They've got more Dak Prescott touchdown passes. He is going to be the Santa of all Santas on Christmas. I think he throws for more touchdowns than anybody this week. He's going to be handing them out on Christmas.
I'm going to pick some receivers, I feel like, on Christmas. You got to be willing to receive the gifts you're given. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take George Pickens for more touchdowns receiving on Christmas Day.
You know the game. Now make it pay. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code Fitz and Whit. That's code Fitz, A-N-D, Whit. Play just $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Make the call, ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction.
Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
All right. Thanks to Roe for sponsoring this next segment. All right, Fitz. Some of these playoff races are coming right down to the wire, and there are some teams limping into the playoffs, if you know what I mean.
That's good. That's good.
You're welcome. What are some teams that could use a spark, and where are they going to find it?
I'll tell you a team that needs a spark: the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh.
My guys are 1-6 in their last 7 games. They've lost 3 division games in a row. Their last 3 losses, 4 points to New Orleans, a point in our game to Atlanta, and then the 3-point L to Carolina. Where's it going to come from? I thought maybe with the receivers getting healthy and the cavalry coming back, I'm hoping that it comes from an aggressively called defensive game. And then at the end of the game, because these have all been close, Baker Mayfield, it's your time, baby. We still believe in you. The crazy thing about the Bucs, the way the season's gone, they started off hot. It's been so bad the last 7 games, is they still control their destiny.
Yep.
Because if they win this week and then they beat the Carolina Panthers in week 18, they will find themselves in the playoffs. Now, the gift that they get for making the playoffs is probably going to be getting annihilated by the Rams. But the Bucs need a spark this week and next. It's going to come in the form of the defense playing out of their mind and Baker Mayfield at the end of the game doing what he does best and winning some games for them. Who do you think, Whit, needs a spark heading into the playoffs?
I'm going to go Philadelphia Eagles. We think of the roller coaster they've been on this season. We've been all this criticism about offensively and how they got to play better and they're relying on the defense. And then now losing Lane Johnson for a while and really trying to get this run game going. It just hasn't happened. These last few weeks, they've been a little better and they're kind of finding a little momentum. But if they can get Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter, who's also missed the last few games, back, start to kind of build that confidence. This team still has a ton of talent and weapons. You know they can play good defense, and now they've already won their division, so they're going to play a home game. So with Lane Johnson, Jalen Carter, does that bring some confidence back, a little bit of an attitude and identity to who they were? And let's all remember, we just won the Super Bowl last year. Can that build some of that confidence? The problem for this division, though, for them, more than likely, 3 seed, 4 seed, they're probably going to be playing Rams, Niners, or Seahawks as a home game in the first week. So you're going to have to bring it the very first week of the playoffs. This isn't going to be some easy game to get through. They're going to need the spark, and I'm thinking Lane Johnson, the vet, the leader, he is the tone setter of that group. Their production as a football team when he's on the football and off of it is night and day. Can he be the spark that puts them back right there, reminding themselves, we did just win the Super Bowl last year. Let's go make another run and play our absolute best in the playoffs.
I think another key guy for the Eagles that can provide a spark, and he did a little bit this last Sunday, was Big Dom.
Big Dom, baby.
When you get ejections and he gets to walk the guy out, that's huge. You know Dom loves that. He loves the FaceTime. He loves getting involved in everything, and he certainly is a man that we love and know not to mess with. So Big Dom is another guy in that building that can provide a spark for those guys.
He is. Speaking of providing sparks, Fitz, when the game is on the line in the bedroom, you need something that delivers under pressure. Rose Sparks kicks in fast, so there's less waiting around for kickoff, and it stays in your system for up to 36 hours, so you're always ready for overtime. Our guest today is in his 3rd year in the NFL, the 59th pick in the 2023 draft out of Florida, and right guard for the Buffalo Bills. Give a big Fitz and Whit welcome to O'Cyrus Torrence. Yeah, baby. Here you go, yep.
How y'all doing?
O'Cyrus, I got to ask, what can we call you? Cyborg,
yeah, tell us the name. What do they call you in the locker room?
Most guys call me Cyborg. That's the main nickname.
Cyborg. I like that.
Cyborg, Cyborg, Bo. It's a lot of different ones, but Cyborg the main.
I won't ask you what Chrome calls you when he's mad at you, but I'll go with Cyborg. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna try to keep it PG.
That's my guy.
So did you grow up in Louisiana?
Yes, sir. So Greensboro, Louisiana. It's a small town, like right outside of Baton Rouge, probably like 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
And then you had your college experience and ended up at Florida and now in Buffalo. Yeah. So year 3 in Buffalo. This is your 3rd Buffalo winter.
Yeah, I'm about to say a little different than the boot in Florida.
Yeah. In Louisiana, we're down south general. You only get 2 seasons. That's what, summer and spring. For real. Up here, you're getting the whole full-fledged winter. It's snowing like it rains. So, I mean.
So have you embraced it? Do you like the snow? Do you like the cold? What do you think?
I don't say I don't want to say I like the cold, but I'm used to it. But I like the snow. Like the snow actually looks nice when it's falling and stuff like that in the midst of it. But once it starts melting and get muddy, then it's like, that's when
no washing your car anymore.
Yeah.
What's your sleeve game like? Are you allowed to wear sleeves? A lot of times I've been in rooms where the O-linemen aren't allowed to wear sleeves because they're soft. Now, Andrew Whitworth would wear sleeves even in 80-degree weather. So,
well, that's so I could wear it in the cold. I wore it in the heat just so I could get away with it in the cold.
Yeah, I think that's a universal rule, especially for us. If you ain't wearing it in the heat, do not wear it in the cold. So my is just add extra warm skin and Vaseline and then hit the field.
Warm skin. I never get the Vaseline thing. I never love because you get receivers doing that, and then you get Vaseline on the ball, and as long as you're not touching the ball, then I'm okay with it. I guess.
Like Vaseline helps offensive linemen. I mean, we stay and then come back all the time. It's any little leverage you can give somebody slip.
Their hands slip off. Fitz, come on, think about it.
Yeah, you gotta play the game within the game, man.
Just a little slick when they try to grab the arm for the pull through, and that hand slips off. Fitz,
pass off the game. They try to hold on. I mean, it happened a lot this week when I'm trying to get free and let Miles get a sack. I mean, I feel like the tackles was definitely holding on. So I mean, the little leverage you can get to be able to get by, get out, help out.
How big of a goal was that for you guys to not let Miles break the record on you?
I feel like that was definitely our main goal. It was an offensive main goal. I mean, it was probably every position group in offense main goal was just not to let him break that record. And I feel like we led the charge up front, and then everybody kind of rallied around us, and we kept Josh safe.
Talk to me about James Cook, man. I mean, dude, I love watching this guy. Fitz and I talk about him every week. I think he's one of my favorite players in the NFL. I might need to ask my kids for a James Cook jersey, but talk about playing with this dude and just, man, how electric he is and how much fun you guys have blocking for him.
I mean, I love playing with Cook. It's just fun to play with him. It's different throughout the week because he's quiet. He's kind of to himself. He's kind of alone a little bit, but like when game day come around, he's loud, active. He's talking to everybody. Every time he walks past me, shaking my hand, he dap me up. The energy's there. Then you get to the field, it's like he's small, but he's shifty. He's like a little ball of iron, running the ball, bouncing off people, making guys miss. And like the first drive of the game, that long run is like they blitzed into the play. He still made two guys miss and get to the secondary and make another guy miss and cut back to the field. And it's like I blocked for like 2 seconds and I sit back and just watch him do the rest. So I mean, it's it's fun watching James run the ball.
That's so cool. We love watching him run the ball too. What about? I love watching your offensive line in general. And we had Dion on not too long ago. Spencer Brown, friend of the podcast. We tried to pay one of his fines last year and donated some money when he was protecting Josh. But we love watching you guys play. I'm curious, the offensive line during the season, you become such a close unit for Christmas. Do you guys have any plans for like a little white elephant or a gift exchange this year?
We actually got a little white elephant going on tomorrow.
You do? Is there a price limit we put on it?
Talk to us about this. What's the rules?
The rules is basically we kept it simple. Everybody got to bring a gift, whether it's one thing or multiple, but it all got to be the $1,500 limit. So pretty nice and smooth. I mean, I feel like you can get you something nice or at least get something somebody else would like nice. My goal going into get something I would like to where somebody didn't like it. I guess I'll take my gift back.
I like your plan. I like the way you think. I like that. Now I do need to ask. You said $1,500 limit. Are we talking? Can it be higher than $1,500? Can it be lower than $1,500?
I was most thinking it can't be lower than $1,500.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I was
thinking. Fitz. That's how we need. That's the.
Hey.
Yeah. That's the white elephant game I want with Fitz. That's it.
When you get into the broadcast world, I think we have a $50 cap.
It all changes.
What about you and your role on this team coming in as a rookie and now being in your third year? Do you feel like, not physically, but just your presence, do you feel like that's developed in the last 3 years?
I definitely think my presence here as a whole definitely developed from being out there on every snap since I've been here. I feel like it kind of goes unsaid, or it's like silently, but I mean, I'm out there doing my job, putting the best work in I can, and helping the team out whichever way I can. I'm not the most vocal guy in the locker room, but I feel like my work and my play definitely kind of shows up, and I feel like when I'm out there, that's giving guys who not out there, who's going out there, whenever they get their chance, motivation to where it's like, I only got so many plays, and this guy's being able to be consistent his amount of plays. I mean, I feel like my play helps guys around me play a little bit better, and I feel like that's one of the things I've noticed about from being here in my rookie year is starting my third year.
When you look at it, Sabo, like, I know having Dion on, and then, I'm close with Dave Edwards, obviously playing with him in LA. Every single one of them, mentions you and really just, hey, man, the ceiling, like this guy's going to be really special. What does that mean that your teammates see that in you? And does that help you keep that faith to keep working and striving to develop your game and keep it moving forward?
That means a lot, especially coming from guys of the caliber of Dion and Dave who put in the work, who been in the league and got a solid resume. I feel like getting the appreciation of the guys around you, especially the older guys, for me, has been one of the things I've appreciated the most about this game. You come into a place where guys don't know you, that you just gotta simply work to get their respect and approval. Then showing that you can do that from just putting one play in after another, putting one foot before another, like days of camp, coming in now and late in the season, being able to come in and show the consistency and guys notice it. Who's been here for 5-6+ years? I feel like that's one of the best things you can kind of accomplish in this job. Like being a kid from where I'm from, like not that many people make it. So being able to come into this league and show up every day and be consistent and be able to earn the respect of grown men who've been here. I mean, that's one of the beauties of this job, and I feel like I definitely love it.
Well, one of the guys you certainly have earned the respect from is Deion Dawkins. When we had him on, he was talking about how strong you are. You are a strong human being. I'm wondering if you could just give us some numbers, squat, bench, anything. Like what's your most, let's say, what is the thing where you're like most strong at? You can give us a number and we can be like, God damn, that's a lot of weight.
Right now, the most I'm strong is like when we do the hamstring test, my hamstring like be at like 4,000. The little hamstring curl test would be up there.
You got it all in the, hey, as Marvin Lewis would call it. Marvin Lewis, Cybo, when I played for him, he would always come in and we wanted to talk to big fellas. God love him. He's an unbelievable defensive coordinator. He didn't know a whole lot about offensive line play, but he would always walk into our room and he'd be like, guys, hope you're doing good today. Just remember, use your big muscles. All right? Use your big muscles. The glutes, baby. Got to use those glutes and hammies. That's the big muscles right there. That's where the power comes from.
Yeah. The other guys,
that's how you stop the damn bull rush.
Yeah, I ain't got that much ass, so all my muscles in my thighs. So
that's it. I love it.
That's where it's at.
Wow, Whit has no ass either.
Actually, no ass. Yeah,
You've
got the thighs of an O lineman.
Tybo, I've got a great ass. Don't worry.
Big thighs save lives, man. That's what I live with.
Big thighs save lives.
I love that one. That needs to be on a T-shirt. Hey, go ahead, Fitz.
I got a really important one for Cybo. What about the holiday cheer around the building in the O-line room? Do you guys decorate? You put a tree? Do you do Christmas lights?
Yeah,
what do we got going in the O-line room right now?
Yes, Dave everybody on that. Dave was a decorator back when he was a Ram.
Definitely made sure that every rookie come here since he been here, make sure they decorate the O-line room and the quarterback's room. So I feel like that's something that's been a staple since Dave been here, and I actually enjoy it. Not as much when I had to do it because I had to remember to do it, and it was like kind of I started having to do that in a rookie year. There's so much going on, but I mean, coming in now to like a random day, then just seeing all this, because being in the building so day, you'll forget what time of the year it is. So you come in,
big cheese, baby, big cheese.
You got Christmas decorations up and all stuff like that. It's just nice. Right now, we got a little Santa Claus in the front. We got a little light up Christmas tree. You got a little tapestry on the table. It's nice. Good little vibes.
I love it. You know why Dave's like that is because he was one of those guys, it's like the kid when you raise them that they don't want to do the chores. Dave was the guy who hated to have to do anything you told him have to do, but he was always like he was going to do it his best, and that was his thing. And so he was always like he's going to get into it, but he's going to kind of bitch at you a little bit if you give him a hard time about what he did. So I completely believe that he is the guy making sure all the young guys now. It's just like if I had to do it, you're doing it. That's cheese. That's Big Cheese's attitude. I love it. I love it. Big Cheese, baby.
We love him. Hey, we like the routine though. It fit good here.
Are you still eating those Louis Texas breakfast sandwiches or no? What's the breakfast sandwich on a Saturday morning for you guys that you're getting?
We do donuts on Saturday morning.
Oh, you're a donut Saturday guy now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's Doc? Is Dion a big? What's he do? He's a donut guy or no? I got it.
Yeah, we are big Paula's Donuts guys.
Okay.
It's like 7 boxes in the morning, and they're waiting on us, and we just kind of ravage it.
7 boxes.
We just kind of go through it. It'd be sprinkles, it'd be regulars, it'd be donut holes, it'd be different kinds. I mean, we'd be kind of going crazy with donuts. At first, my rookie year, it was some guys. It would be some different guys bringing breakfast sandwiches sometimes. I mean, I forgot what kind, but that happened like 3 or 4 times, but those nuts kind of took over.
Now, talk to me about Deion Dawkins, Spencer Brown. Now, which one? I'm guessing Deion's the vocal. Is he the vocal guy in a game, or who talks the most?
It depends on the type of game. If it's a rowdy game, a chippy game, Deion definitely gonna be the one talking the most crap, talking the most shit. But if it's like a kind of like a regular game where it's like we just gotta keep the morale going. It's kind of you hear more of Dave and Connor. Me and Spence kind of always talking between each other, so I mean it's like I'm always hearing Spence.
Yeah, Spence feels like he's just an assassin. Like he's just out there to kill people. That's it. That's a scary dude in pads, man.
Me and Spence kind of just got a look between each other. We just say one word, communication. We just going out there to kind of kill whoever in front of us. That's not his loud mentality. But I say the pill type of game, you're gonna get either one of us kind of going. But if it's a chippy game, like we might play the Jets or a team that we don't like, Deion definitely gonna be out there getting us going, staying the most.
Yeah. How do you do it? Yeah, I can't do it. Oh, he's got a good one.
Yeah, he does.
I feel like Spencer Brown just jams Pantera and goes out there and freaking just mauls people. That's it. That's what it feels like to me.
Put some Zen in, put his pants up, and go to work, man.
Hey,
I love it.
What's your favorite spot to eat in Buffalo?
That's Giancarlo's.
Oh yeah,
remember Giancarlo's?
Yeah, Giancarlo's. Yeah, we gotta go with.
That's a good one, Fitz.
Y'all come out here. Y'all gotta go to Giancarlo's.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the best. From apps to entrees to dessert, I give it a 10 out of 10, me personally. But yeah, probably the whole line.
Okay.
I'm speaking for the whole line with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all got a spot? Y'all go eat together much or no?
Yeah, we do. We do every Thursday. We go out to O-line dinner every Thursday. It's a little bit of a challenge. I feel like it's a little bit of a mental play, but we still do it because we got weigh-ins on Fridays. So, I mean, you got to kind of go there.
I hated that. That's
bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Can we not weigh in on like a Tuesday or maybe some pick a day where I could kind of plan for it a little bit?
Practice. That'd be perfect day for me. After Wednesday practice, that'd be I never miss it on 08, but yeah, we got to kind of calm ourselves, eat good. We got to learn how to eat, but I mean, it's still good. We still enjoy ourselves before the next day. But yeah.
Fitz and I play with a guy, Bobby, the boss man Williams, and you want to talk about a guy. I never seen a guy get so mad when they announce whether we weigh in or don't weigh in. Big boss man would be pissed, Fitz.
He would rather have a no weigh-in than a victory Monday, I think.
100%. 100%. Because he loved to lift. he was coming to get that lift. He doesn't want to weigh on Wednesday or Thursday.
Cybo, how has your weight been rookie year to now? Have you been pretty steady? They want you lighter, heavier? Where you at with that?
I've been pretty steady for the most part. It's kind of been the same. It's like I'd be good at the beginning of the year. Then once it get cold, my weight kind of goes up a little bit. It kind of gets to a point where it gets stuck. But honestly, the only thing I really changed was my limit. But I never got to it. Maybe once or twice each year. But that's the only thing I really changed from my limit was 340. Now I get at 43, which 3 pounds. But I mean, that's a lot, low key. So
that's a couple extra appetizers on Wednesday night.
Low key got a lot, but I mean, it's still good. It's something that that's one thing I love about Chrome. He don't necessarily harp on our weight too much. Not saying I'm gonna come in 10, 15
Chrome's had some big linemen.
Yeah, Chrome. He told me some stories. He had some big guys. So I mean, that's what makes me feel more so I can come in and just be myself and not worry about if I get too big or too not. As long as I'm playing pretty good and I'm being what I'm supposed to be at, I feel like it's Chrome don't get on me too much about it. So it's
Yeah, you think like Fitz, if you think of like the Saints line or, Drew Brees and that time, like all those big all those dudes, man, huge. Grubbs and all of them suckers were huge. And then, he loved our guys being bigger. And then now in Buffalo, Chrome's not too worried about what you're weighing on that scale. He wants to know if you're making first significant touch. Yeah, if you're making first significant touch, that's all that freaking matters to Chrome, all right?
Bend your arms, your arms coming straight off the ball, you doing it, 1 foot in the ground, you doing that, Chrome don't give a damn. What else you doing?
That's it, baby. Talk to him about him, man. Like, what have you enjoyed about Chrome? Just being in the room, learning from him. Absolute legendary coach, man.
It's just like going through all my own time of football. It's like I always been somebody who could like learn through just playing it and like just walking through it. But like he's the first guy I could really like kind of teach me the game, and then I being able to apply it on the field. Not saying I had bad coaches in my past, but me, the person I am, I more so learn better on the field, walking through it. But like the way he coaches it and the way he teaches it, more so like I learn it in the classroom. Then I'll be able to apply it better to the field, and I feel like that's what helped me become more of a all around player. Like it be times where I understand what everybody online got to do, and that's just from listening to Chrome talk. And it's not even for me writing notes down. It's just the type of guy he is. Like he's coaching everybody while talking to one person, and he lets everybody be themselves and coach, and he coach everybody to their strength. And I feel like that's what helps me play at my best. And I feel like he's definitely one of the main reasons I've been able to have the success I had from my getting in my rookie year to now.
Yeah, Fitz, one of the cool things with Chrome that he does every week when they get their first run install sheets, it ain't like you just sit there and look at like who's blocking who. Like an OC, very unique for me. Like he would take you through every motion and every shift and everything in the offense, and he would explain to you the why of like why defenses play the way they play and why they're going to do. Like here's the two things they might do. They might shift like this. They might rotate. They might replace, roll and replace. Like he would teach you all those things and then make you understand. All right, so this is why we adjust our point to this guy. And this is why. And so he would take you through each play and every motion that could possibly be in the game and why we would adjust. And so it's like it's such a. I thought he was so good at like he wanted to be a principal. He actually went to school to be a principal and a teacher. And so Chrome, like he teaches like that. It's almost like second grade class, and he's just like laying it all out to you. And he's not just monotonously telling you, we're going to do this play to the mic. No, he's teaching you play by play, motion by motion we have in the game, and helping you truly see the big picture. And then you go into like who you'd have on a play. And I always thought it was such a cool way to learn.
And one of my favorite parts about it, he would be coaching and he'll go off into a story about something and come back to the story, flip around and that's why he learned this and that's how he knows such and such about the play.
Yep.
And now I'll never forget a certain play for the rest of my life because it's one story he told that connected him with the play. So, I mean, it's just always listening to him, trying to pick up a nugget because he's going to drop one eventually.
Cyborg, I'm really curious. Whit and I have gotten to be pretty good friends with Josh over the years. We know the kind of dude that he is, but I wonder if there's a moment for you when you were playing with him, maybe in your rookie year, that just made you shake your head like, oh my gosh, this guy is not human with some of the stuff he can do on the field.
Man, it's been a lot of moments my rookie year. Probably it wasn't my rookie year, but it was the beginning of the game last year. We played Arizona, and he scrambled and jumped over somebody and fell and broke his hand. Then I remember looking at the pictures after the game. He's looking at his hand while it's broke, boy. Everybody else running around celebrating and stuff like that. And just the type of guy he is. He looked at his hand being broke, that he just finished celebrating and us posing for the picture. And just being out there with him, it's like, man, this guy's crazy, but he's willing to do whatever he can to score. But I always look at that picture because I got it on my phone and I'm flexing. You got the other guys coming around and celebrating. He's just looking at his hand all the time like, yeah, this thing is broke. But after you see he pose in the picture and do a little pose with us, then you go to the sideline and get himself fixed up. I think that was the moment. It's like, man, he's different. I mean, the stuff he does is just something you don't expect him to do or expect anybody to think of doing. He does it and makes it look normal almost.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about that too is that whole thing happened and it wasn't like, okay, everybody look at me, my hand is broken. I want to talk in every interview, but he wanted nobody to know.
Yeah, he hid it.
No excuses.
Until he was able to walk around with it freely again. He had old cast in the full time. You would never even know.
I love that. So, Sabo, what's your give us the pregame routine for you, man? What's your day like on game day?
I like to ride the late bus getting there. I like to kind of chill out, like kind of
late bus guy.
Hotel,
okay.
Like kind of. I wake up, I iron my clothes whether they are clean or not. I like to iron
my
clothes and kind of get that kind of situated and pack my bag a certain way. Kind of get myself knitted up. And it's just after a certain amount of time, once it gets close to game time, I got this little routine I started. The other guys don't like it, but I feel like as me as offensive lineman, I start washing my hands. So that's when I kind of get in like real game mode, like whether it's close to the game or
lineman, baby.
I kind of just getting in the ground mode. So once I get in that mode, that's when I kind of start flipping the switch and I kind of start getting turned over. And once I get to the locker room, have the music going and things like that, I kind of slowly just put my pants in my put my pads in my pants. I put my pants on fast as I can. Cause I don't like the pants. I got to get used to them fast as I can. So I put them on my game pants as fast as I can to break them in. Then I go to the field. I walk around, kind of get used to the environment. Do a little small stretch. So I go inside and by then, since I took the last bus, it's like an hour and 30 before you got to go out there as a team, and it's a quick little start. I don't like to edge myself, but I kind of like to get straight to it.
Yeah, I like that.
That kind of gets fired up a little bit. Do you ever participate in watching Josh throw up before a game or no?
I'm willing that I saw it a few times. It helped me get ready for my first game of my year, though. I mean, my rookie year was getting ready to play the Jets, and that was the first game where they just got Aaron Rodgers hyped up. I mean, it was just a lit night. Then I go into the bathroom just trying to get myself ready. I see Josh throwing up in the trash can. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on here?
This is serious.
Yeah, I'm like, man, this is serious. Like, he throwing up. Like, am I ready? Like, am I, like, just kind of to myself thinking, like, man, even if he's nervous, he's been at this level before and playing. So it's kind of helped me lock in more. Like, everybody got their own routine. Everybody body adjusts to these type of moments in its own way. And whatever you got to do to get ready for the moment, your body going to do it. And I was ready for the moment, of course. And just seeing that helped me get myself mentally more ready. Cause like, it's nervous. Everybody got it. If you human, if you do, so it's just, it let me know I'm ready for the game,
I love that, man. Hey, I got to ask you, Deion was obviously huge at getting this done, but this year, first ever Protected of the Year award, O-lineman going to start getting recognized at NFL honors. How cool is that coming into the league now? You're year 3. That's something you definitely can aspire to. How cool is that award now being a part of this?
I feel like it's a great step for guys up front. Like it's amazing that he was able to pull those strings and make that happen for us, and not just to shine light on him, but or just us as a line, but every old offensive line and on every team from NFL to even college and high school, just to give us more something to block for out there. I mean, we always kind of go out there as an offensive line, like we always we know internally our job is to block the quarterback. We ain't gonna get too much praise enough. We got to make the holes. We got to do the dirty work. We got to kind of grind and our achievements be just to win and try to get to a Super Bowl, whereas other positions can get awards and this and whatnot. But being able to have this and being able to go play, have a little more on the plate to play for. I say, like, if you feel like you playing good towards another season, you kind of know this. All right, I can try to get such and such on the watch list for this. I mean, I feel like it just gives you motivation to play the game, and it's just the appreciation factor of knowing like I get my name called for this instead of a holding penalty or some offside or something. Like, it's just a good feeling as offensive lineman having that, being able to have something else to fight for.
When you look at this week, man, you guys, Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Carter is looking to return. You get excited about these kind of challenges going against some of the elite guys in the league, so you can continue to make a name for yourself.
Oh, definitely. I mean, every week it's a different challenge to where it's a team like the Browns just played, whose record didn't show it, but I mean that's a good defense. The way they locked in the second half, I mean that's a good team. And from going to how we played against New England, I mean every week is a different challenge, and then this is one of the challenges where what type of challenge it's gonna be. It's gonna be a tough, hard challenge where it's gonna be a playoff type game environment, and it's gonna be another game where you can show like that you belong in this league. And I feel like those are the games where the best players play their best, and I feel like I love those type of games, those environments. I feel like I do play my best in those type of environments, and I just love the challenge of them coming in and they having a good record, us having a good record, playing at whatever time it is. I don't even know yet, but just knowing it's going to be intense and fun, and I just can't wait.
With the end of Highmark Stadium coming up pretty soon here and moving into the new one, do you have a favorite moment or memory in the stadium when you think about it from the last 3 years?
Maybe probably this year definitely was the field goal at Baltimore, and then again, like just hearing the crowd yell for like a good 20 seconds straight. I'm just out here nothing but this crowd yelling probably was one of the most excited feelings. If not that, probably just running out the tunnel the first time. Just being able to get the full effect from. I remember my rookie year, we had the red and blue game, and the crowd be there. It's loud. It's like, man, it's loud for the red and blue game. Like, I know it can't be too much more crazier. Like, you get it, especially down the floor. I'm thinking it's not gonna be too much crazy. But man, it came the first game we played here. Just the rocking of the stadium, the way the fans are interacting with us. It was just something that you would never forget, and it's just a one of a lifetime experience. Just running out here for the first time at a packed Highmark Stadium.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's great.
Let me ask you this. You brought this up. I want to ask you, obviously Florida makes a change. Are you like you go back to games when you have a bye week? Do you stay involved? So are you excited about the change at coach? I mean, what's the outlook for the Gators, man? I know I'm a Tiger, but I still want to know about it.
Yeah, I mean, even though I was there for a year, I feel like the alumni, the coaching, the people upstairs, they are welcoming me there, and like they still like show me love and support even now. So I mean, I feel like I'm definitely still a Gator, even though I wasn't there, I was only there for years. So I feel like the changes, it's something that's going to be good. I feel like Coach Napier had time and he was able to do good, but I feel like with the situation he went into, he probably couldn't make things work it the way he wanted. So, I mean, I feel like they thought it was best was to move on. And I mean, I love Coach Napier, and I'm going to follow him. I'm going to watch the JMU, and just the college he's at now, I can't get it out right now, but I still I'm going to support him where he's at now. But I guess they just needed a change, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I mean, Florida don't always have good players and athletes there, so I feel like if you just can get the right set of people around at the organization to get it going, I feel like it's going to be a good year for the Gators.
All right. Well, Cyborg, we appreciate you taking some time, man. I know you're busy, and you guys are gearing up for
big week,
just
baby.
A playoff run, a Super Bowl run, baby.
Talk to him, Fitz. Talk to him.
But just know that you've got some huge fans in us, and we're rooting for you, man. It was a pleasure to sit down with you and talk with you.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, Cybo.
Yeah, man. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Big Whit energy.
Big Whit energy, baby.
You know, this is catching on a little bit. I keep getting comments from guys of, why hasn't Big Whit picked me? Why hasn't he picked one of my teammates? So I think there's a lot of people tuning in and wondering who's going to get Big Whit energy this week, Andrew.
Yeah, it's been fun. We've been on the road on Thursday nights, have some guys come up to us and be like, hey, man, that's so cool. You know, you nominated this guy or you nominated me. Some of those conversations have been a lot of fun. So Big Whit energy this week. Unfortunately, we're going to make some guys mad, Fitz, but we got to give it to the Big Whit energy leader always. You know who it is. It's the big fella. He's got a beautiful beard. He also has a wonderful hat. He's got some rosy cheeks and a great smile. He's very loving. And you know what? The big fella of all big fellas. He loves milk and cookies. Do you know who Big Whit Energy of the Week is, Fitz?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, baby. Come on. Let's
awesome.
go. Santa Claus, your Big Whit energy of the week. Hopefully you bring my kids present because I won't be home for Christmas. So take care of the fam for me, please.
Yeah, Santa Claus. Take care of our families. And look, yes, we won't be home.
We'll be in Kansas City eating barbecue.
Don't be sneaking in. Don't be sneaking in and saying Merry Christmas to our wives, Santa, okay? Watch it. All right, I actually have a Beard of the Week winner that I haven't showed you yet. I ran into him in Seattle. He was right by our trucks. You remember when we had dinner in Chicago and the security guy?
The guy had it roped all the way down.
He had it roped down. I found a guy with a rope beard that was even longer than that guy's. Now, this guy is not as physically imposing as that guy, but the beard is certainly impressive. Here you go. See how long that thing is? I'll send it to you. Then he's got the same hat, too. It was really impressive.
I like this guy's vibe.
Spirit. Yeah, it was a great vibe. So our Beard of the Week goes to you, my friend. I didn't get your name. Outside of the trucks in Seattle. Great spirit, great presence about you, and most importantly, a great beard.
It's beautiful. That takes commitment right there.
It does.
All right, Fitz, that's time now. I want to hear about this best Christmas gift ever that you've given somebody.
Well,
because it wasn't me. So
no, it wasn't you. Although that LSU coffee I gave you, you could double for your birthday and
that's
Christmas,
true. Well done, because you got two of them. I like that.
Yeah,
smart.
I am gonna always be proud of this one. So this is back in 2015. I'm on the Jets. Liza has a Honda Odyssey. Now, you know Liza, and look, we were very happy to get into the minivan. I know some parents are like, we don't want to do the minivan. We're very happy to get into the minivan, but Liza's always somebody that's like to stick out a little bit. That's always been a little bit different. Her favorite color is rainbow. And so every year it's like, what can I do to make her feel special? Well, this year I had a great idea. In 2015, it was, I'm going to get her minivan wrapped. We're going to wrap this thing.
Okay.
Now, then it was, well, what is the color? What are we going to do? Are we going to do polka dots? Are we going to do rainbows? I found this iridescent, and that's why I'm bringing this up, the Seahawks helmets. You know how they, as you looked at them, they were kind of green, and then they went to purple. And so whatever angle you looked at the van, it looked like a different color. And so I found the wrap that I wanted, and then it was like, well, how the hell am I going to do this? So I went around to guys on the team, and Quincy Anunwa was one of the receivers. We've talked to Quincy with when we were in New York the last few years.
Yep.
And I said, Quincy, where'd you get your wrap job? And he said, oh, dude, I got a guy. So for me, it was, I want to surprise Liza with this. So I need to have the car for 3 days. How am I going to do this without her knowing? And so I went into the garage and I unplugged her battery, and she went to start the van and it wouldn't start. And she was like, I think my car's broken. And I said, oh my gosh, yes, I think it is broken. So I brought it into the shop. I hooked up the battery when she was gone and drove it to a place, told her it got towed. And Quincy had a guy, and this place was a very seedy area. Very interesting. Felt a little uncomfortable, to be honest. Dropped the van off. Didn't know if I'd ever see it again. But we got the wrap job all figured out. And the guy was asking me, well, yeah, we can wrap it, but do you want me to like put stars on the top of the minivan? Do you want a pole in the back? What do you? And I'm like, no. This actually is for my wife. This is not this kind of wrap job, not this kind of van. It is for my wife. So on Christmas, I'd stored it at my neighbor's house. We pulled it into the driveway. She walks out. The wrap job. I got the hug that I wanted, the acknowledgement of what a special gift. And we had that puppy for, I think we had it for 7 years, probably 6 years until Jake was born. Then we didn't fit in the van. And so we gifted it to my brother-in-law, and he still drives it around town in Boston. So anybody listening that's in Boston, if you ever see a mermaid color iridescent van, that is my brother-in-law driving that thing around. It's a special, special car, and that would be the best Christmas gift
I feel like
that I ever gave.
That is fantastic, and I feel like 6-7 years is a long time in an iridescent colored car. Like that's a long time. It feels like something you probably only rock for a few years. You know, that's a long time. Iridescent car.
I feel like but so there was one accident that was caused when we were in Chatham, New Jersey, where somebody was looking at it in a parking lot and they rear-ended the person in front of them. Yeah. But that was super cool. I haven't been able to live up to that one yet, but hopefully we're going to have gifts for each other in this white elephant thing in Kansas City under $50. Who knows?
Tough.
Do you have yours yet, by the way? I don't know.
I have two prospects. I'm not entirely sure which one, is going in the white elephant. I'm torn. Under $50 is tough these days.
I know. I
but
go to a garage sale.
I hit Amazon up, and I think I found me something good. Yeah, I did a deep dive on Amazon, so
I cannot wait for that. Well, that's it for us. We'll be back Wednesday with all the biggest news from Week 17. Fitz and Whit is a Wave original. A big thank you to Cyborg, O'Cyrus Torrence for sitting down with us. Thanks to our production crew, and thanks again to all you beardos for tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Peace.